Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Meadsy69, and before I get started, I have to tell you that this will be my last video for the time being, as I am, as announced last week, I'm taking a little break from the game, from YouTube, from work. Me and my wife are having a week off, a couple of weeks off. I've got 12 days off work, and we're just going to relax. We've got a lot of things coming up. So we are having a week just to relax away from everything. But before that, we have got this video, and it is the WZ-131. Now the DPM is almost 2,500 and 181 pen, and it does 280 alpha, I think. The aim time is 1.81, and that's with 0.326. Dispersion, and it has 5 degrees of gun depression. However, this tank has no armor whatsoever. It has 35 mil of armor, so you're going to get HE'd by almost anything. If you come across one of these, switch to HE. So that's the stats out of the way. The tank is actually a very, very nice tank. It really is a nice tank. Now, we've got 3 battles for you today. 2 of them are from me, and 1 of them is from a clan mate, fellow patron, fellow mate, M. Taylor. And it really is a nice tank. Out of the whole line, from tier 6 to tier 10, tier 7, as I've stated yesterday in my tier 7 video, is probably the best in the line. It's almost OP. And I would say this one is the next best in the whole line, which is good to see. It's good to see. I like the lower tier tanks being better than the higher tier tanks because you're not in a rush to grind it. So when I get the tier 6, or when a lot of players gets a new tank, they either rush it, they free XP it, they just rush the line to get to the tier 10. In this line, however, it's completely opposite. The first 2 tanks in the line are the best tanks, so you don't need to rush it. So you've got tier 6, which is this great tank. You've got the tier 7, which is, in my opinion, the best in the line. Great tank. So there's no reason for you to rush the tank. And even then, when you get to the tier 8, it's a great tank. And then the tier 9 is a great tank. And the tier 10 is just, by the time you get to tier 10, it's just like, it's an okay tank. So my advice is just don't rush the line. Just enjoy the tanks as they are. They are fun little tanks, especially, as I said, the tier 6 and the tier 7. Don't use your free XP. Just enjoy playing the tanks. Now, to play, this tank has got no armor. It's got a great gun, but no armor. So I would probably recommend sat at the back, getting the damage, using the DPM, getting the damage early on, saving your hit points, and then later on in the battle you can go and you can destroy the lower HP tanks, get the damage, because you've saved your hit points. You can take a few shots. Now that battle was nothing special, but I was sat at the back, saving my hit points. We did get destroyed in the end, but we finished on 2.7k damage, which is quite respectable in tier 6. It's not so bad at all. Now, moving on, the next battle we have Castilla. Now, I probably wouldn't recommend going in the spot I am, but because the enemy have got 2 mediums and 2 light tanks, I pretty much know they are going to be at the castle. But it's hard to tell in these lower tiers, because in the higher tiers, mediums go right, heavies go left, and this is usually a good spot for TDs. But I'm going to actually go fully up the hill, because I'm guessing the mediums will be to my right. We have spotted I haven't, but the KV has spotted the KV2. So we know he's there, and we know that the WZ is there. And now the light tanks are getting spotted. So I want to get as far up the hill as humanly possible to get these shots in. And now we can get the shot in on the WZ-131, but it just goes down, and we do manage to get that shot. And because we are far higher up on the hill, we're not getting spotted. And now we can get some shots into those medium tanks without being spotted. Now, I love the position on the hill. Not so much here when you just get up the hill in TDs. But if we was there shooting these mediums, we would definitely have been spotted. So we've now done 800 damage. We've managed to clear the Cheetu. And now we spot the KV-2. So we get one shot in, but he is getting closer, and he does manage to spot us. And as I've said, this tank has absolutely no armor. That KV-2 will have no issues killing me in one shot if he gets the shot, if he can get the shot on me. So we're going to wait for him. He doesn't actually now want to know me for some reason. It's 6 against 4. WZ takes out our M25. We get a shot on the side of the KV-2, but again, he's focusing someone else. I'm not sure who he's focusing, which means we can get some free damage into him. So he's now a one-shot. There is a couple of tanks on a one-shot. However, our team are also very low hit points. Very low hit points. We've got like 3 or 4 that is a one-shot. I'm sitting here full health. I've done my damage. I've done 1600 damage in a tier 6, tier 5 battle, which is still average. It's still pretty good. I've been dealing the damage. I haven't been getting the kills, and now I do make an oopsie. I lost nearly a quarter of my hit points just by diving off, because I know that the KV-2 is a one-shot. I'm now not spotted, so if I can get rid of him, it will make the game a lot easier. But as I get there, our SU can take him out anyway. So it's now 4 against 3. The WZ up there is a one-shot, but he is completely ripping our team apart. And look at that. Just look at the DPM. He's got 3 kills, and it's now 2 against 3. So the SU finally takes out the WZ. So there's now just 2 tanks left. And as I go up here, we do spot the 82. And he is full hit points. Now, he's got great DPM, but he doesn't do that much damage per shot. He's doing around about 80 damage per shot. However, he's still got better DPM than me. He's still got better armor than me. So I need to be careful, and I missed that shot completely, which is stupid. And again, we're going to back up, and then we're going to bounce. So, and by that time, he's now tracked us. I'm thinking, shit, that's me gone. Puts me down to 158. Luckily, I repair my tracks, and again, I bounce. So now I don't want to push him, because he's still on 300 hit points. I need to hit him twice without bouncing, and he only needs to hit me twice. However, his reload is a lot quicker than mine, and I don't want to wait for my SU-100Y, because looking at the minimum, he's the other side of the map. He is making his way round. You can see the MT25. WZ wait for the SU. I was going to wait, but I seized my opportunity, and I can see the 82 was trying to push around, and he is very slow. So we do manage to flank around him, get behind him. And luckily, I don't know why he started turning the other way there. I think he was just going to look at the SU-100Y, which allows us to get that shot into him. And by this time, I switched to APCR, and I'm just going to go. He's going to shoot me once, fair enough. And we do actually get the bounce. The only bounce we're going to get this battle. We bounce 80. We block 80 damage. That's crazy. And just one tank left, which is the AMX, and he's going to pop around any second now. And there he is, 32 hit points, luckily, and we can take him out for our second kill. So we do 2.2k damage, which again is not bad in a tier 6 battle. We saved our hit points, which was lucky because we needed it against the 82. Finish on a 3rd class, which is okay because we was camping, no problem at all. So 3rd battle, we have M Taylor, and he's going to show us properly how to play this tank. So he's going to go with the mediums, because the DPM on this tank, the speed on this tank, you can actually go with the mediums and help your mediums out. I wouldn't go with the heavies. If the only way I'd go with the heavies maybe is if you just sat at the back behind them, because if you go with the heavies, you've got a lot more armor to get through. You have got no armor, and they're going to do much bigger alpha damage into you. You come up against a KV-1S, for instance, he's going to do 400 alpha. He only needs to shoot you twice, and then you're a one-shot. So he's gone with his mediums. He's spotted the WZ-131 on the enemy team, but he starts looking, and he decided to change his mind at the last second, and now he spots the T25. He tries the HE, but the HE pen isn't that good to pen the side of the T25. And again, he's going to get another shot into him, putting him now down to a one shot, and he's going to poke forward, and he's going to get a nice shot into him, and that's him gone. So it's now 6 on 6. The WZ-131, the 131 is pushing up. He tries the HE 140. He doesn't get the max roll, but it's still not bad for a fluff shot, really. And again, switch to HE, 390 HE damage in a tier 6 with this DPM. Lovely. So that pushes him up to 1200 hit points. There is still a lot of tanks to get through, a lot of armour to get through, and it is 5 against 6. So they've got a lot of work to do. He spots the Panzer 5-4 up there, who is full health. However, he doesn't show his front plate. He's angling just right. He tries to switch to APCR, but at that time there's no point. And now he spots the KV2. So him and the VK, him and the WZ both shoot him together, putting him down to a one shot. Now that was a low roll from the KV2. That WZ is lucky, and he gets a nice shot on the VK as he was crossing. So they're losing on cap points, but they have got 2 bases against the enemy 1. And now it is 4 against 5. 3 against 5. So he's got a lot of work to do, but there is still a couple of tanks that is very low hit points. And the first up is that WZ, and he just misses. And now the WZ on the enemy team is pushing to help his Panzer 5-4. So at first he was going to go and help him, but then he spotted the KV-1S. So it's now 2 against 5. There's 2 tanks on a one shot. There is still, I think there's 3 tanks maybe on a one shot. Here comes the KV-1S, and that, again, without aiming, that was actually a nice shot. I didn't think the government depression would allow him to get that shot, but he's received a nasty 364 hit points in return. But he's now, nice high roll there, 303, and it's now 1 versus 4. So he gets 1 tank, WZ-131, gets him gone. So that's his 3rd kill, and he's put it down to a 1 versus 3. And now he's getting shot, but he is getting the bounce from somewhere around there. There is the Type 34, that is a one shot. He's going to make a mistake in pushing up. And at this moment, you think, you know, I can win this. I can win this. But you've got no armour, and the damage keeps coming. And then when you get shots like that, that bounce, it's just like, this isn't my day. And he's got down to 264, but he does manage to take out the Type. 4 kills, 1 against 2, 955 supremacy points. So he's going to go forward. If he gets the kill, it is all over. So he does get the shot. He's now a one shot. He needs to reload before him, and he does. Just as he kills him, they reach the 1,000. Now, for me, I would usually go YOLO in, trying to get that last kill. But then if he gets killed, that's his Kolobanov medal gone. So 3.5k damage, he gets the Kolobanov. He gets 5 kills. Very well played, and it's a very nice tank. So as I've said at the beginning, don't rush the tank. Enjoy the tank, play it, sit at the back, save your hit points, and you will do some damage. But for now, I'm Meadsy69. I will see you all in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.